Hello.
Where? Bella.
Yo, what up, everybody, man? We missed you. We always miss you, and it's got to have you right back here on Ngoma Capital X Capital. What?
D.
This is Jumbo Africa GA. We up in the building with the usual corporates. My girl TinTin, Mr. DJ Munya. We got a great show lined up today. We're gonna be talking to Anita Jackson.
Hey.
So you don't want to miss out. We had great hits last week when we spoke and brought you the men's health. We had my man Big Ben come through and dispel a couple of things. So we're gonna be looking at one problem that's really bothering a lot of men, and that is what, Tintin?
ED.
Erectile dysfunction.
Right. Speaking of which, let's keep it moving. Some interesting stories that have come up this week. Yeah. But for me, it's the Jerusalem challenge. I don't know whether I'm enjoying it or it's beginning to irritate me, but there's some interesting moves that are going there. So my question would be, for the ones that you've seen so far, who has kicked it the best?
I think the best are yet to come. But enough respect,
You mean
man.
people are still going to be doing this stuff?
Yeah.
It's getting boring.
I'm only learning the dance now.
Right.
I've been rehearsing with Yambuk at home. I'm, the jumping part, Pepe and
Which part?
You know when they switch their legs
Anyway,
like
Munya,
this?
any ratings on the ones, the clips that you've seen?
of all the ones I've seen, is the one MsTinTin just did. The jumping
Yay,
part.
I'm winning.
But you know what? I like the fact that we're monetizing, or we're actually feeding off the hype that we've created on social media, which is what I keep saying, that if you're on social media, if you're a communicator, you speak to people, or you've got a number of people, monetize it.
Hello.
Where? Bella.
All right, looks like these guys won't rate. I don't know whether they've seen or they just don't want to rate. But you, why don't you help us to rate us? Which one on the dance, Jerusalem Dance Challenge, which one you think has kicked it the most? But in a real
But no
guys,
one has asked you. Do you give us a top three? Who are you seeing right now?
So far, I just seen the Tell One, and I think
Tell
they've
One
done,
did one.
they've just done one. Shout out to Peggy Soom for Dudu Mighty Movies, or Blue Orange. Also ZBC, I thought that was
Yes,
quite nice.
I was
like
gonna
the way
say,
they
yeah.
with, this is Ruben Barwe. I really like that. So please let us know and rate us which one has done. On a real tip, these guys have done fantastic. I think shout out to Master KG.
Choreography.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, he did the song now. Even Anafarko, Avachabatika, Force Commando, they're shooting. How many videos have you shot so far?
This week, 3, 4.
Of the dance
Of the
challenge.
Dance Jerusalem Dance Challenge.
Yeah, but in total, maybe about 6 now.
All right. So you see now, there's an angle of these guys coming back. My choreographer,
That's awesome. I think my steps are not boa.
No, Makiro, have you seen how they try and look like Dinim Chatwachuka?
I
Even
think-
in this
I
dance
think
challenge, you
choreograph-
can pick up on the days that
He's
blood
just
clot.
hating. He's just hating because he can't move like you, the way you really go down. So I say big up to our choreographers. And of course, the thing with the challenge is one thing also it has that feel-good factor. I think why it's really taken swept over is because it's fun. I mean, and now I do have a favorite. I didn't want to say it, but I'll say it. So
which
far,
one?
it's the from the law firm, Beatrice Mtetwa's law firm. I saw
yeah,
that one.
that was-
That was like I want that lawyer to represent me.
Beautman also did a nice one with their trucks and everything. So shout out to them, man. That's done. DJ Munya, I think we're gonna get him to do the hints in this.
I just want to say what's up. MsTinTin's looking beautiful today.
Aww.
Okay. All right.
The feel-good factor, baby, Jumbo Africa.
Don't forget to subscribe. Coming up, we got a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking men's health. We got Anita Jackson in the building. We're going to be doing community watch and a whole lot more. Subscribe. Keep it locked on. This is Jumbo Africa JA NgomaXD. Computer what?
D, baby. D.
Hello.
Where? Bella.
Hey, this is Jumbo Africa. I'm your girl, MsTinTin, rocking with the best only, that is the big dog TK.
Booyaka.
Who is actually the boss. When we say the boss, we actually mean it. He is the boss.
You're getting
And
an
of course,
increase.
DJ. Always praise the boss. Always praise the boss.
Another one.
And of course, DJ Munya, if you watched the episode last week, we began a discussion on men's health with Ben Ngube coming through from the men's health clinic.
Ben.
And we're discussing things that I know we talk men's health and you think about Rume Chete, but in a relationship, there are two people. Whether it's, I don't care what sexes you are, but there will be two or maybe even more. And the fact is,
Tell him, Jim.
I speak my truth, I'm just saying. when it comes to sexual reproductive health, there's so much out there for women, but when it comes to men, you realize that very few people either have access to it or want to talk about it. Okay, so last week we did cover premature ejaculation. This week, we're going to talk about erectile dysfunction. Ben, okay, let me just ask TK. How old do you think you would need to be to experience erectile dysfunction?
Is that not a premature question?
Oh! But how old do you think you would? Ben, I know you're going to come in, but I want to know from
how old do you think one needs to be? I think there's a couple of factors that will determine that age. I mean, health is a big one. Maybe weight might also be another one. But maybe it could start kicking in around 50, 40. 45, 50.
I want Ben's reaction. Look.
Yeah. Why you look
the
so
professional.
That might be you can't have a young man go back on somebody and then the bar do it and John won't turn up.
Are you sure?
No, okay, no, I'm not sure.
There we go. All right, Ben, take it away.
Expert. Take
it away.
It's sad to note that there's no age these days. Like, you get people as young as 18 telling you it's not happening.
18?
18, yes, because there are many. Age is only one of many factors which can give you, erectile dysfunction. So even if you're 18, you've just eliminated age, but there are many other causes there. So maybe we could go ahead and unpack that.
Let's go ahead and unpack that. So then maybe that's leading us to, then what is erectile dysfunction? I know John didn't show up. It doesn't stand. Do you know erectile dysfunction when it doesn't stand?
Is that the physical
18,
manifestation of it?
I'll dare say there are two types, or maybe there's one, but it's categorized into two parts. There is failing to get the erection and then failing to keep it. So you've got...
Is that not premature now? You don't just come
Hold on. So there's one gentleman who says, no, I can't get an erection. When I do what I need to do and do get that erection, I'm fine. But getting it is a problem. And then you get somebody who's like, you know what, the erection will come. Like 2 minutes, I already have an erection. The question is, will I finish? That is the
How
question.
long does it last?
Yeah, sometimes it might not last all the way until intercourse is. So women have been known to, fake orgasm and so
just
forth.
to please a brother.
Guys do it too now, and that's one of the reasons.
Guys do what? Fake an orgasm?
Yeah, because when it's gone, what are you going to say? Yeah.
But no, that is what
you just make the grunts and the sounds and then you're like, I'm done. But the fact is the erection is gone.
What I want to know, Ben, I know this is probably a big challenge that I can imagine from 18, that's quite revealing. What can people do to fix this? How do they get attention? This is one of the things that we want to do. We want to bring you all solutions, all right? So listen to Big Ben.
Yeah, so before we unpack the solutions, I think it's quite important for us to look at the signs and symptoms, because your signs and symptoms will sort of let you know what you need to be doing.
Okay.
Here we go.
So one of the major things that we look at is juicing. Yeah, recharging. You get gentlemen who say, Nini ndikanyatsonwa kadoro kangu kaike. Ndikakarova bobo.
Viceroy.
Everything is perfect.
Viceroy for you, TK.
You see,
Really?
those are all signs and symptoms of erectile dysfunction, because you've gotten to a point where you're comfortable using certain things to make you better in bed. So some will say, if I drink, I won't get that erection, so I must make sure I'm sober. Some will say I have to drink, some say I have to smoke, some take this and that. We call it juicing at the clinic. It's informal. Yes, if the moment you are doing something to juice, yes, that's another sign and symptom. And then another common one is...
So wait, so naturally then, without a sign and symptom, you should just be, your partner should just arouse you. You shouldn't be saying, if I drink this, naturally you
shouldn't depend on it. It's okay to have one or two things that you do to, get in the mood, but
to rely on it.
Your reproductive organ should be ready to play when it's time.
Okay.
The second issue there is the angle of your erection. So some have got straight facing erection, some have got up and
to the
different
side.
degrees.
I know the famous with my boys who use
You
the
should
banana
see your
clip.
face.
Boom. You know the banana clip.
No, I don't know the banana.
Like a boomerang.
Okay, but what about what is that
so
shape and what is that?
The angle with your erection, there's absolutely, so it differs from men to men. Some have got straight facing, up facing. The problem comes if your angle changes. And by
Does it
changing-
change?
It can change. The moment it's still a firm erection, you've got an erection, but now it's facing front.
It used to face
Before
up.
it used to face up, then you should be worried. If it's slightly, so it gives you warning, like it's going.
Let's get to the solutions.
Right. The solutions are mostly we look at devices for starters, because we don't want to create a situation where gentlemen are more or less reluctant on tablets and medication. So there are certain devices that we have got.
Sex toys. Yes.
No.
It's a device. He says a device, not
it's
a toy.
device. It's a device. So
It's a sex toy.
we've got constriction devices. What
Did you bring any? We need to see some of these things. Ben, what about you?
Google it. And go to Men's Health.
We've got the other instruments. You need to bring the apparatus.
I probably should. But
Go to Men's Health and he'll show you. Go to Men's Health
Probably
Clinic.
should.
I like that
Yeah.
on our website.
Right,
Everything
go ahead.
is there. So the constriction device, it usually helps those men who've got a difficulty keeping the erection. So you've got your erection, and then
So how does it work? You put it inside.
It's like a ring. It's a small ring. Like, have you ever seen a condom? It's got a small ring
Have I
at
ever
the
seen a
base.
condom?
Yeah, you have to ask these days.
Good.
DJ Munya.
You have to ask. So a constriction ring. you
You've got
put it
5
at
kids,
the base
TK.
of your reproductive organ from the moment you get an erection, so it prevents blood from flowing back.
All right.
Yeah, so it keeps your erection firm as it's supposed to be. So there's a vacuum constriction device. So this comes with a pump and the ring at the bottom. So this one is for both gentlemen who can't get and who can't keep. So it sounds so, but it's not. So you
Does
simply
it suck it up?
yeah,
Like a
and
vacuum.
you get your erection.
Like
sucks
a
and
DJ?
then
It pulls it in like in real time. Like as you pump and go, and you're like, oh god.
TK is
happening.
right. It's like a BJ. It's like you receiving a BJ. A man receiving a BJ, and then it's.
Insert the ring. Yeah. Hey, these are real issues. My man Ben is here. We have been dealing with men's health, and if you can just tell them where to find you, Ben.
Yeah, you can find us at Corner Baines Avenue and Blackstone Street in Harare, but would love it if you connect with us on Facebook, Men's Health Clinic Zimbabwe. We also have a fabulous website, online.
Online.
I think that's
It's
coming
scrolling on the
of
bottom, yeah.
screen.
Yeah, we'll put it up. All right, cool. So that's it for this segment. I think there's always a lot to talk about. This is why we've got him coming in every week. When we're back with DJ Munya. Don't forget, he's going to give us the best music producers from Zimbabwe. We've also got Anita coming through. Mom's Diaries coming through. Man, we're up in the building. This is J-A, capital X, capital D on NgomaXD.
Hello.
Where? Bella.
Yo, welcome back. This is J.A. Jumbo Africa. We are founded a platform called NgomaXD. That's capital X, capital D, and we're building up. This is one of the first shows that we're bringing you, and we got many more. Earlier on, we had a brother that came through from the Men's Health. Shout out to him. We also looked at the Jerusalem Dance Challenge. We want you to tell us which one have done that challenge the best. So hit us up and make sure you subscribe to us and let us know what you think as well. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, Hey,
where?
Yeah. You do the introduction, DJ Munya. I'll let DJ Munya do the introduction.
Well, I was going to introduce her as Anita Jackson, but I
Sorry,
don't know.
Miss Jackson.
Yeah, but I don't know what the best intro would be, so I will just ask her to introduce herself. But my question is, what color underwear are you wearing?
Firstly, hi guys, my name is Anita Jackson, and I'm wearing red underwear.
Ooh, okay.
but
Is there a particular reason why you chose that?
no
Are
particular
they all
reason.
red or?
No.
Okay, TJ Munya. Anyway, Anita Jackson, welcome to Jumbo Africa. Yeah, us doing so.
Thank you for having me.
We're great to have you. I love the music video that you did with Jam Master.
Yeah.
He seems very animated and so forth, and very girlish as well. What was it that we're working with him?
Well, it was really amazing, and he's a very energetic person. I've learned a lot from him. I love his work ethic. He's really, really good. In Chitumuiza.
Sakakabudzisashon.
Yeah, he's teaching me.
Well, I really like the way you open up that whole track as pull up in a Range Rover. And I think one of the challenges that I've had, maybe just looking at some of our artists, is sometimes the portrayal of that whole American facade and not keeping it real.
Yeah.
Do you drive a Range?
No, but you have to speak it into existence. So I was like, maybe if I sing about it, I'll definitely
Amen.
drive
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Here we go.
That's what's up.
That's it. We're
what's
kicking it
up.
with Anita Jackson. She has done a couple of tracks, was looking on YouTube. And well, how would you describe yourself as an artist?
As an artist, I wouldn't really say, a lot of people think I'm just a dancehall artist, but I wouldn't really want to box myself. I've just started and I'm open to like different genres. I'm trying Afro pop as well, and then later maybe try R&B. So I wouldn't really box myself at the moment. I'm just going to see where I fit in. But yeah.
Okay, so where do you come from? You're saying you've just started, you're starting with a bang. Where have you been? What have you been doing? How did we get where we are here?
So I started music like in 2018, right? Like they had something going on at Pablo's. So it was a competition, in fact. And then they liked me and they're like, we're working on a project. We want you to come. So I went, and then that's where I met Poptain, and then unfortunately it didn't really like, the project didn't really like come to flower.
Didn't take off.
Yeah, it didn't take off. So I started working, and that was boring. And then this year Poptain was like, I'm going to the studio, I need you to come and jump onto a track. And I was like, I'm done with the music, I don't want to do music anymore. And he's like, no, come. So he took me to the studio, and then that's when we did a duffel bag. And from there I was like, okay, let me give this a try. And I quit my job, and I was like, yeah, we're doing this.
Where were you working before that?
At an IT company. I was doing sales in IT.
Okay, so you're a good salesperson.
Yeah, I am a good salesperson.
Alright.
I think.
Just your background, maybe, because
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, where did you get exposed to dance, or where did you go to school, and the way you speak, even your patois, right on point there, sister and
Okay, so when I was about 14, I used to date this guy, and he was really like into he was into dancehall music. He got me hooked because I used to listen to like country and all that, like type of music, like very laid back. And
what
then
a change.
and then I fell in love with this guy, and that's all he listened to. And I started listening to dancehall and got hooked onto dancehall, and I was like, okay, let me give it a try, and bang.
Right? So Poptain, J Master, who else would you like to work with in Zim, or in the world? Who else would you like to have the best collaboration
In
with?
Zim, I'd love to work with Winky D. I think, like, for me, if Winky D hit me up and he was like, I want to work with you, I'd cry.
Okay.
Like, I
So
feel
let's
like
send
he's
him a
really,
message.
Winky D, you better hit me up.
So I know, okay, Tin, you might ask quick, so I got a whole lot of questions that I keep going.
You are entering a very saturated, you've already entered a market that is already saturated, and with young talent coming up, young female talent trying to push and get there. How did you come about choosing management? Because you know what, one thing of a structure that we need to have, whether it's in acting or singing or whatever it is you need focus. You focus on the art, and let someone focus on the administration and all that stuff. Shout out to Devon, your manager.
Yes.
I love his presence. I love everything about him.
He's amazing.
How did you choose him? Because a lot of people inbox me and say, I'm looking for a manager. I'm like, I'm not a manager. Don't come to me. I ain't managing nobody.
I don't want that stress.
No.
No, the thing is, okay, so I'm managed by Devon and TK under creative culture. And
I'm
why?
TK.
See, I think it's a TK thing.
Yeah.
So the thing with why I love working with Devon and TK is because they have my best interests at heart, and I love their vision. Like, they explain to me what they want to do with me and with my talent and with my art. So that's why I chose to work with Devon and TK. They're really good, really, and very professional as well.
Yeah.
And
I know
they
Devon, shout out to
they
Devon.
get things done. If we're supposed to do ABC, we'll do it.
No, shout out
Yeah.
Devon is on point, very integrity young man, and right on point. Okay, so I want to tell you, Tin, I know we're talking about the music, we're talking about management, but I want to take back to family. What do your parents think of what you're doing?
Okay, so my dad and I don't really have a good relationship. He like practically doesn't talk to me. So yeah, well, it's been 4 years, so it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. But my mom is amazing. My mom is my biggest fan.
What does she think?
Oh, she loves it. She
Hey, mama.
she listens to the radio like every day, and she has this thing she does when I'm sleeping. I can be sleeping and she can come with the earphones and put them in my ear and playing the song.
Oh, what
I
a
know
blessing.
she's like, yeah, she's my
What a
biggest
blessing.
fan.
What
So
a blessing.
it's really amazing to have a mom like her.
And who are
And
some
my
of-
siblings as well. They're very
How many do you
supportive.
have?
I've got 3.
Okay. And
Yeah,
tell us
and
who-
some
how
maybe
they
I
do
don't
it.
know of.
Shout out to Dad. Let's talk about. I wanted to ask you something now. Anyway, I'm thinking about dads and being Rolling Stones and stuff like that. An album? Have you done an album yet? Are
No,
we still
no.
expecting an album?
Yes, definitely. Next year, I do intend on.
Have you started working on it already?
No, not yet.
What would
Right
you
now,
call it?
I just wanted to do singles, just get my stuff into the market, and then from there maybe try out an album and see how that goes.
While she's doing singles, the question is she single?
Yeah, good question. Munya.
Thank you, Munya. Thank you.
Because we heard that one
I
is an
see
ex.
you.
Yeah.
Because we heard about the ex who got you into the dance hall. So
Yeah,
who's the
no, but he committed suicide last year. Yeah,
Oh.
so that's
Oh,
how I ended
sorry.
up. No, it's fine. That's how I ended up writing Numb. That was like for him.
Okay.
Because if you watch the video, you'll see.
What happened? Where did he come from? What community did he stay? What caused some of this?
He lived like up the road from where
Where do
I
you live?
stay. I stay in Brayside.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but at that point, we weren't together. We hadn't been together for a
Hey,
long
what's
time.
it like staying in Brayside? I actually spent one night when my landlord kicked me out. Then we got a flat near, we know where OK Mart is. Spent one night there and the trains were just, I was like, I'm out of here. And I came out. What's it like living out
Okay,
there?
so thank God I'm far from the trains. I'm like on Leroy Road, right? Yeah, so it's actually cool. It's a nice small community. Everybody's friendly, and everybody knows
Is the
everybody.
community proud of what you're doing?
Yeah, they are very proud. Oh my gosh, very proud.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we got some random questions we're going to get into just now, but I think Miss Tin's got something.
Well, firstly, Nana, and I keep from the day I met you, I keep commenting. To me, you were like Nana, especially when you said, "Oh, I used to watch you from when." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh yes, I used to watch you like every day. Oh my gosh, I was like, it's you.
Sissy Joyce. Joyce Woody.
Joyce, yes.
listen." Okay, so listen, Nita. So far, what is the vibe that you have received from fellow female artists in Zimbabwe? I'm such a woman, yes, but empowering each other is so crucial, and especially within
good
our
question.
industry. You understand? Already I complain about I'm an actress and you're a musician. And on my platforms, I go out there, girl, to promote you, I post. And yet not once, not you in particular, have I seen a musician support an actress. Do you understand?
Female to female.
Not even female to female, even across the board, but yes, especially female to female. But in this context now, I want to know from the brands that you know as female artists now, like I said, what is your take? Is it support? Is there hating? Is there fear? Is there, oh my gosh, this one's coming to take over? Is there, what's your vibe with that?
Well, fortunately for me, like the females that I've seen, like for instance, like someone like Kiki's also been like, you see her commenting on my stuff.
I
and
love
she's like,
Kiki,
and she's like,
badass
yes,
man.
girl.
Badass.
Yes, she is.
And
Yes,
a
she
lot of
is.
other upcoming artists have been supportive. So for me, it's been really good, and we should like stick together as females because it's like such a small industry. So far, it's been good vibes. The females are
Nice.
supportive, and I do want to work with other females as well. I do intend on working with Chengeto very soon. So we'll
Nice.
have a track coming
Is that
out.
like a Brayside thing? All right, good. Now, in parting, just wanted to ask you, we've got random questions that we're going to pop your way.
Yeah,
with
sure,
Miss
go
Tin.
for it.
But before we do that, I wanted to ask the genre, as some people call it, that you've chosen, Zim dance halls, got a lot of profanity coming through, and that seems to be the popular trend. What are you going to do? Are you going to cross over, or are you going to remain the clean girl that you seem to become across as at the moment?
Oh, sometimes you just wanna.
Just gonna ruffle it
You
up
just
a
gotta
bit.
let it out a little.
All right, Miss Tin, let's go into our random questions. Let's take it away. Or shall I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's go.
All right, Nana. Thong or G-string?
A thong.
TK?
What is the scariest dream that you've ever had?
My teeth come in falling out of my mouth. Oh my gosh.
And you woke up
I
screaming?
woke up, I was like, where are my teeth?
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Tea, black tea.
Okay. Do you sleep with a onesie? Do you sleep with pajamas? Do you...
T-shirt and thong.
All right, there we go. What animal would you want to be if you were to resurrect and come back again in life?
A bird. I feel like birds are so free. They
Which
can
type of
fly.
Gungu.
Maybe a crow, because people are scared.
Gungu was a
I
crow.
think a crow, yeah. I don't
Alright.
think anyone would attack me, eh?
Okay. Last question. What is your best memory growing up?
My best memory growing up. Let's see. I think my best memory growing up was winning an award for story writing with the Standard newspaper, cover to cover. Yeah, I was
You
great.
did
I was
that?
in grade 7, yes, and I got the first prize. So that was really amazing for me.
And look how the creativity has just grown and
And you
grown.
still write your own songs?
Nice.
I write my own music. I'm working on a book as well, so it will be out next year.
What's it gonna be called?
called Screams for Help. So it's about albinism and child marriage. So I kind of like bring the two together.
Wow.
Yeah,
she's
so-
deep. Yeah, Anita, thank you for coming.
Thank
through,
you.
Jay.
I
So
wish I
much
could
fun.
stay longer.
Yeah, we would love you to
Thank
stay
you,
longer, man.
Anita.
Yeah.
I
Yo, don't
always
forget
say
to
Anita.
subscribe. Don't forget to follow her. Don't forget to follow and love her videos and share them. Her name is Anita Jackson. Find her on YouTube. Hey, we are Jumbo Africa representing NgomaXD, capital X, capital D, my girl TinTin. My man's DJ Munyaradzi because what that offset, but NgomaXD is out in Google.
I'm a champion. I stay with it.
All right, then bring it here. We gotta do something here. I gotta show you my man's. Okay, just go. We'll be right back.
Hello,
Where?
Sanibonani.
Bella.
Yo, what up, everybody? We tuned in to Jumbo Africa, JA. We represent NgomaXD. Yorira Ngoma throughout the whole of Africa. Saka Komsta, Makadi, Sanbonani, and
Dumela.
Yeah, and Dubro Otro. That's the only Russian language. Yeah. A big shout out to my girl Pokelo. Loving the shop and what you're doing, your grind keep
Yes,
going on. And what we're talking about her now is the fact that somebody put out on Twitter, I think she put out a picture, and then there was one Drelisha C who then said, looking dope, mama, which is good, but masimbisa. And I find this quite interesting, but I loved her reaction. She then said, Asinda kudya magosi magrocery. Okay, want to come back. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, we always have to give it up to Pokelo though. From the get-go, she's always been one to stand up for herself whenever something comes across. So
Yeah,
big up
word
to
up.
that. Body shaming, guys, continues to happen. Anita, was basically we can be seeing it from this perspective as she's body shaming. Why is she talking about she's gained weight? We talked about Miss Red and the being called Thunder Thighs or whatever it was before that,
Thailand.
the Queen of Thighs.
But I think she likes that.
Good for her. You know what I mean? You carry, as a woman, carry your own. But in this context, and I was trying to make it clear because it won't stop. Body shaming will continue to be going on.
What's body shaming, Tintin? You gotta define that because in our African culture, business. You know, I think it comes maybe it's part of greetings and ice breaking, and people don't really think about it as you're presenting.
You're very right. It actually is a very cultural thing, Munomu Zimbabwe, where we feel it's we don't even think about it. And yet, do you know, not just etiquette, and anywhere else internationally, weight is a very personal thing. Kutaura kuti munhu asimba, although we want to generalize asimba, in other words, afuta or afutisa, which is then bringing somebody down. You know, like which is a negative, which is where the body shaming comes in, where ugushora body structure. Although I'm going to reel it back now. In this context here, we know, and now Pokela has become synonymous with her brand. And you talked about the shop of clothes, and you'll go on her Instagram pages and all, and see all her pictures and images of about the clothes and selling the product. So she's now synonymous with the brand of she looks nice at that body
and
shape.
being the model of those clothes
In
that
that
brand.
with that body shape.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
absolutely. So should someone as a follower or a fan see either a drop or a gain instantly,
A divertment.
or we'll call it a development, but instantly, as a fan or follower, your mind is going to go to, oh my goodness, Asimba, because what I have in my mind, or I want Adzikira, what I have, look at internationally what happened to Adele. Adele went from what we knew as being the voluptuous, big, strong singer, although she still is a strong singer, and lost all that weight and became so small. And a lot of fans were taken aback as in, but that's not the brand that we know. So yes, pachishona chedu or culture edu nyayekuti and was Simba. Yeah, it is actually very insensitive. And I know the guys are going to talk about that.
Is this insensitive to everybody, or do you find it particularly insensitive to you?
Personally, I find the weight talk very insensitive to me because inini ndakakura, to see me here now, you'd be surprised I had terrible, terrible self-esteem issues from being body shamed for being so skinny. Throughout school, I was always the tallest. I was always the skinniest. I was the pancake brigade. I didn't develop until way late in high school. I had no ass, no bum, no nothing. So I used to walk around like this. I used to try and fit in. So a lot of words like that. Now we're terming it as bullying. It was bullying then. But Why is it dinner? You see? You see, that's all part of body shaming, which goes into the bullying, which goes into
Munya, what do they
affecting
call you?
someone else's self-esteem.
I had a whole lot of names, but names Chipembere because I was a little big and I used to play rugby and all these sports. But interesting that you're saying that, because we had this discussion about a week ago, just us to start already. But I said for the kids, we have to get to a place where we learn, we teach them how to laugh or joke about stuff. So if the class is laughing at you, you laugh with them.
You don't take it personal.
Yeah, you don't take it personal.
Which is hard, guys.
It's
I was
very
called
hard.
Rangwanin, and I used to laugh, but I cried inside every night.
But shout out to all those people that had, those short people, very short back in school, and then after school they became tall and everything.
Rangwan.
Rangwan, but look at her
But
now.
look at me now.
Look at her now, she's flexing.
Look at me now.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
So laugh at you should be able to laugh at your stuff with everybody else. And then number two, if you see the comment, it says you are looking dope. But Masimbisa. So take the compliment. And then the other
spit the thorns.
yeah.
Which went back to the brand thing, like I said, because to her is Wasimba, because she's so used to seeing Pokelo at a certain size and the brand that she pushes. I don't think it was meant to be hurtful.
Yeah, exactly.
So when we get these
But
comments,
you were saying it's insensitive and it's offensive.
No,
By her
the
reaction
last-
here, she was offended.
it seems she was very offended.
Right now, obviously she was. But now my last question is, as celebrities or socialites, whatever, do we need to include our family when we present ourselves? Like, do we have to tell people about our status? Are we married? Do we have? Because then there's another issue of.
They're going to find out anyway.
She might be pregnant, maybe. Or she
Or
could
as
be
in
just,
Pokelo might be pregnant. Maybe that's why a visible
be,
weight
yeah.
gain. Could be. Could
So
be.
maybe we need to analyze the picture.
Oh, you all find out in good time.
This is JA Jumbo Africa. My man's DJ Munya up in the building. We are going to be talking about DNA testing. Apparently, that's now happening here. And we're also going to be looking at weird stories from across the world.
Hello.
Where?
Salibonani.
Bella.
I wanted us to research on the power of semen.
Very
Like a
powerful.
dramatic pause.
The power of semen. There's masturbation, and then there's masturbating and then not getting to your climax. Some people don't
Erectile
climax.
dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction. But when you masturbate and you do not climax, some people use that creative energy for other purposes, to create other things other than sex and babies. So you masturbate, and then before you actually produce that semen, you then use that energy to create something else. It could be creative work. But just a word of advice.
Like that's why sports people are told. I said not to
Yeah.
have sex before a big game or a big
Yeah,
match.
something along those lines. So please protect your semen. There's a lot of power in your semen. If you're engaged in extramarital activities, condom area, don't throw it in the bin. Tora condom rasa elsewhere.
All right, I think I've done too much sex today. Keep it moving. Let's go to Miss 10. Hey.
And I think it's important, well done, Munya, to protect your semen. You know, already in this country before, we've had cases of women that reportedly raped women, and it's raped men, I mean, and it's very real. A woman can rape a man.
And men think it's fun.
It's not funny, especially when your sperm is then used, inserted into a woman that you don't even know or want to know. She has a baby and then comes back to you and then says Badara maintenance, which is a case that happened. It didn't happen. It was actually a fake story. So be careful of these fake stories. But
Was that the story with the...
there's a woman in Nevada. Well, actually, one of the stations was reporting it last year.
It's
as if
definitely
it's a
not
true
my
story.
station.
No, it's not ZFM. It was actually Star FM. Actually, Star FM reports a lot of sort of fake news. You must first check your content, guys. I'm just saying. Woo. Okay, so this woman, this fake story is that she, as a hotel maid, she worked in the hotel, and a billionaire was spending the night or some time there. He left. She went and picked up his condom from the trash, put the semen into her body, got pregnant. 4 years later, there's a child, and then she started claiming maintenance. Went to court and won after DNA test and won. So the guy obviously saying, but I've never slept with. And she's like, oh yeah, remember it's a fake story, but let's put it into context of the semen protecting of your sperm part. And she, was like, yeah, I know we didn't sleep together, but this is what I did. And the fact is, DNA has proved, this is your child. So whether you were raped, God forbid,
Which
or whether you steal it,
So
or whether you
important-
sleep together, if DNA proves kuti mwana ndewako,
Watonyura.
watonyura,
Mavile venabuda.
which is why I loved. Well,
But
no, a
you
child is a
didn't plan
blessing,
on
but you
having
didn't
one,
plan it. Yeah,
eh,
that's
what
unfair.
would I take, wow, so-
Yeah,
But
that's
I
a
wanted
bit
to ask
unfair.
MsTinTin, when talking about DNA, you had actually mentioned that there's people that it's being done here and there's someone that we're going to have as a guest.
Absolutely, DNA testing has been going on. I think it's getting more and more. I think yes. There's global DNA testing. Lancet Laboratories does DNA testing.
But I heard you look at the left. Is it the left foot? It's the left foot.
Okay, we're talking about DNA testing, not the earlobe or the nose or the hand or the
But
left foot.
that's also there's DNA testing, but
It's physical.
no. But if you can check,
Observation.
you can check if this is your kid. If you it's the right foot or the left foot. You can check. I mean,
Okay, I don't know about all that.
Ask
What
the
I
guys.
do know is that I have a little son who's turning 1 on October, and he looks nothing like me.
But you give birth.
But I gave birth to him. I carried him for the 9 months. But on the
Maybe
DNA,
they swapped in the hospital or you were out or something. but
with the
we
way
go.
that it was done, there's no way that baby did not leave my sight at all.
All right,
There was
cool.
no way. But let's get back to DNA testing. We said that in Zimbabwe, it's actually not a phenomenon, it's a necessity that is coming up because I'm a woman, yes, but varume mans wanenya is a maintenance. So now, listen, DNA testing is here. Look for the companies. I think we should have somebody coming. I think Tinashe Mgabe from Global DNA should be coming in
next time.
to explain what DNA testing is. Not about look at the left foot or the right foot. It's looking at actually DNA mako, mwana wako here. So gentlemen, please, you've got to protect that sperm. You're having extramarital affairs, wrap it up, flush it, or take it with you to somewhere else. Because somebody who's a gold digger on another level is gonna they're gonna get you.
They're gonna come
They're
digging.
gonna get you. Come
If
on,
your
go.
child is 20,
And
would
do
you
a
recommend
DNA DIY.
a DNA test for someone who's 20 years old?
Whenever it's necessary, you do it.
I think when it's
Whenever
necessary,
it
especially
comes
for closure as well. I think DNA test is important if you want closure and conclusion to things, regardless how old you are, especially by inheritance.
All right, cool. We're coming up next. We are talking to a young man who's got a very innovative ways of selling eggs. And he gives you a chance to actually own a hen and have eggs on a monthly. Brand new idea, man. Stick around. This is Jumbo Africa. NgomaXD. We'll be right back.
Hello.
Where?
Sanibonani.
Bella.